And Brak Hawa Brakatha, Yahweh Shah, Brak Hawa Brakatha, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, The Wicked Received the Law. Lord, will you are edified. The wicked can be classified as Esau/Edom. Case in point, Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, "We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh has indignation forever." So, according to Malachi 1:4, Esau/Edom are classified as the wicked. Now, before Esau, you had Cain, and through the process of reincarnation, Cain came back as Esau. Okay? Let's go to Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. Now, if you can receive this in the spirit, Yahweh Shah was Adam. Case in point, First Corinthians 15 and 45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. If you can receive this in the spirit, Yahweh Shah was Adam. Another point. Revelation 1 and 8. I am Alpha and Omega. Alpha meaning beginning, Omega the end. And based on this precept alone, we can associate Yahweh Shah being Adam in the beginning and coming back as himself, Omega. All right. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, said the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. All right, keep this in mind. Back into Genesis 4:1, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahweh. Verse 2, and she again bare his brother Abel, right? Now, if you can receive this in the spirit, Abel came back as who? Jacob. And another spiritual token, King David was Abel and Jacob. Okay? If you can receive that in the spirit. Verse 2, and she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep. Ooh. But Cain was a tiller of the ground, and who else was a keeper of the sheep? First Samuel 16:19. Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse and said, send me David your son, which is with the sheep. Meaning he was a keeper of the sheep. Okay. Again, Genesis 4:2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord Yahweh. Now, at this time frame, the laws, statutes, and the commandments were in oral format. Okay? They were not written, they were in oral format. Verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering. And the reason why Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh had respect unto Abel's offering is because he was obedient. Okay? Meaning he did exactly what the law, statutes, and the commandments instructed him to do so. Okay? Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. Why? Because Cain was disobedient. He did not follow the instructions going into the law, statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah regarding sacrifices. Okay? And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, why are you mad? And why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted? And if you do not well, sin lies at your door. And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Okay? Now, the point is, in order for Cain, who later became Esau, in order for him to offer this sacrifice, he had to know the laws, statutes, and the commandments. And who taught him the laws, statutes, and the commandments? Adam. Yahweh Shah taught Cain and Abel when he was Adam. Okay. Now, this is going into the judgment from Yahweh on Cain because he murdered Abel. Genesis 4:15. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark on Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And this mark, meaning what? In the Hebrew, I want to say it's a distinguishing something. According to the Hebrew for mark 2:26, wath, meaning a distinguishing mark, miraculous sign. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah stripped Cain from melanin. He lacked pigmentation. Okay? He was stripped. Now, keep all of this in mind, right? And remember, Cain was the wicked. Abel was the righteous, based on sacrifices, right? And it came to the point that Cain murdered his brother Abel for submitting a righteous sacrifice to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. Now remember, reincarnation, meaning that spirit comes back into the flesh every 3 to 4 generations. Okay, so let's jump to Genesis 25. And if you can receive this in the spirit, Isaac, okay, Yahushua came back as Isaac. Genesis 25 and 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, Jacob and Esau. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. So Cain came back as Esau. And they called his name Esau, meaning Ishashwa, meaning wasted away, regarding he lacked melanin. He did not have pigmentation, hence Genesis 4 and 15. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Going back into what? Genesis chapter 4 and 2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and she is talking about Eve. And Eve again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. See, everything plays the same way. Hence, Esau was a cunning hunter. That's how you know Cain came back as Esau. A man of the field. That's how you know that Cain came back as Esau. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, Adam taught Cain and Abel the law, statutes, and the commandments. All right. And at that time frame, they were in oral format. Now, regarding this time frame, Yahushua was Adam, Yahushua was Isaac. And Isaac taught Jacob and Esau the laws, statutes, and the commandments. Case in point, Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Let's focus on plain. According to the Hebrew, Strong's H8535, pronounced as Tham, which means complete, morally innocent, having integrity in regards to the laws, statutes, and the commandments. Meaning, Jacob kept the laws, statutes, and the commandments to the best of his ability. Right? So let's go to the lexicon. Jacob was an upright man, based on what? The commandments, dwelling in tents, where appears to indicate the milder and placid disposition of Jacob, as opposed to the more ferocious character of Esau. So Esau had a ferocious character. But the point is that for Jacob to be considered as a plain man, he had to receive the law, statutes, and the commandments. Now, if Isaac taught Jacob, Isaac taught Esau. The same way that Adam taught Cain and Abel. So the wicked received the law. But when it came to the application of the law, they could not do so. Why? Because they are classified as the wicked. Lord, will you edified. Shalom.